The purpose of Wealth Talk is to educate, inform, and hopefully entertain you on the subject of building your wealth. WealthBuilders recommends you should always take independent financial, tax, or legal advice before making any decisions around your finances.
Welcome to episode 193 of Wealth Talk. My name is Christian Rodwell, the Membership Director for WealthBuilders, joined today by our founder, Mr. Kevin Whelan. Hello, Kevin.
Hi, Chris. Good to be with you again today.
Yeah, and we're super excited because today we are launching the new WealthBuilders website, and we've got something for everyone today. So we want listeners to take action, to go and head to wealthbuilders.co.uk, have a look around, give us some feedback, but also we've got some really exciting gifts to give away today and some competitions.
Yeah, I think it's important to stress, and I'm going to slow it down because you gave a lot of information out there really quickly, Chris. I can tell you're excited, man. There is something for everyone, and if people don't really know, we are completely obsessed with helping anybody become financially independent, and it's a journey. So you can take little baby steps if you're right at the start, and more about baby steps as we talk about families actually, right at the start, or you can really be accelerating your way and almost creating that outstanding family legacy or a family charter, as I often refer to for my mentorship clients. And we should mention that as well, because not something we advertise, Chris, is it? Those people who perhaps want to work with me directly as well. So anyway, so if you were to sort of think about WealthBuilders as just completely mad about helping anybody, then you can take action on anything. And that's the key, isn't it? Is to take small steps. Just take one small step every month, even if the first small step is to follow up on today. If you've been listening and drifting, why not do one little thing as a result of this one? So we're not interviewing anybody today. We're chatting together about why we're excited about the future and some number of things we're doing. So yeah, go and check out the website. It's been upgraded. It's this sort of relatively same look and feel, Chris, isn't it? But it's had a nice upgrade at wealthbuilders.co.uk. And generally speaking, though, we give loads and loads of free stuff. So we give the books away for free. We give tools and roadmaps and other checklists and other things like that for free wherever you are on your journey. And then we've got some ways you can just get started and do a little action, whether it's the debits challenge, whether it's to take care of your roof and make sure you made a will to protect your family. Really important, Chris, because my family's just expanded.
It has. Congratulations.
Well, I didn't do any work, but granddaughter, no name yet. I'm calling her Tallulah just for fun, but we'll get a name soon from my daughter, Holly, and her husband, Sam. So new baby here, and really that to me marks actions I need to take to do things for them as part of my own family charter. So we'll do those things, but beyond taking those small steps, we've also got things you can do on a kind of a DIY basis. We aren't really not mad keen on DIY for reasons that probably most people will know. We think wealth building is a journey best experienced with others, either a partner, a business partner, or in a community, because you get to kind of share like minds, don't you, and get the benefit of different perspectives. And we know all about that with wealth dynamics. We tend to see our life through one set of lenses, and therefore getting the added view, I suppose, the 360 view from other people is really quite important. Anyway, we have those DIY options for people who want to start and keep costs low, and we're all keen to make sure costs are as low as possible, and everything we do is accessible. Nothing is really too expensive. And if you think about university fees, what are they now? $9,000 a year, And again, I'm seeing some research saying that certainly in the States, where the fees are a bit higher, more than 40 to 50% of students are regretting that, saying that they would have done better had they not borrowed so much or their parents borrow so much in some cases, and use that money wisely and build something else of value. Anyway, so our programs are accessible, from 1,000 to 3,000. So nothing that will break anybody's bank. And of course, the whole idea is any programs we do on investment. But anyway, that's the point is, just don't value judge everything. Go and have a look. And you might see something, you might see someone, you might see a book you can download that will make a difference. And often, Chris, I talk about your one ROI, one relationship, opportunity, or idea, hence ROI, from a complete transformation in your wealth. And the world is a more complex and troubling place, and uncertainty is here to stay. I heard a rumor that they're bringing forward, or they're mooting it, the state pension age. I don't mean bringing forward the date. They're not. They're pushing back the date. But they're bringing forward the date at which they expect to do that to age 68. Now, you saw the trouble in the streets in France when we're taking it just a couple of years up to 62. We're now going to be pushing 68, and it's all a political thing to avoid. They'll do it over 10 years, right? So that no one political government can be blamed. So at least it spans a couple of parliaments. That's what they normally do. So it's really, really important, never been more important, to take some positive ownership and doing something for yourself. And we know many people are doing things, but some people are still on the fence, aren't they? Still hesitating, still waiting, still caught in that trading time for money trap, all of their money coming from a job or all their money coming from a business. And we'd like to encourage people just to get a little toe in that water of financial independence. So that was a long-winded way of saying, go check out the website.
No, all good words as always. But I think it's a good moment to acknowledge everyone who does tune in and listen to the Wealth Talk podcast each week. And we know we've got listeners from over 100 countries, which also is amazing, and, all ages. So we really do have something for everyone, wherever you are listening to this podcast right now, whatever country, head to wealthbuilders.co.uk, because as Kevin says, there might be something you can download. You can join our free Facebook group. Maybe one of our online self-study courses will be suitable for you. So don't think that because we talk a lot about the UK, that we're all about, building wealth simply in the UK. The principles we teach, Kevin, apply universally.
They do apply universally. And who knows? There might be somebody out there with enough blaze energy and a bit of dynamism as well to say, hey, I could set up a group in country A, B, or C and create a wealth builder community and work with us. There's all sorts of things we'd be happy to share and collaborate with, because we just want people to be wealthy. We think everyone has a right to be, and most people just don't make it. But I think we're trying to liven it up and give everybody an incentive to at least go and check us out. Now, we know there's going to be some howlers in there. There always is when you write a new website. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of snagging, like on a building site. You always know there's going to be something. So we're not worried about that. We have a policy, actually, Wealth Builders, don't we, Chris, to get 8 out of 10 and go.
Mm-hmm.
We go, are we 8 out of 10? Yeah, go. We get better later, and we're comfortable with that. So don't judge us on being perfect. We're not. Judge us on our intention, and we're 100% on intention. Hopefully better than 8 out of 10 on accuracy, Chris. But you want to invite people to sort of...
Well, I will. Yeah.
Win a competition, don't you?
Yeah, we've got a competition. Okay. Before we do that, though, I'd like to just read out one of our Trustpilot reviews, because we're talking about our members today, and without our members, we wouldn't be here, right? That's the whole reason we get up each day, is to help everyone to take that step towards financial independence. And that's why we're so grateful every week when our members take a few minutes just to share their experiences on Trustpilot. And this week, Grafton has taken those couple of minutes out, and he's put, in my discussion with Kevin, I found him to have a genuine desire to help and provide guidance in my wealth building journey. He is a good listener and is always reachable when required. From the onset with Wealth Builders, I learned how to establish the foundations of building a business like the roof to protect me from from the elements of life and explore pillars of investment to focus on a chosen path. And Kevin has always emphasized to me that due diligence must be undertaken before any money exchanges hands. And the membership in Wealth Builders sharpened my business acumen and introduced me to like-minded individuals.
Okay. That's nice, really. I like you could pull a few threads out of that. Protection from life's elements. So the roof is really, really important. I know it's a big one, that one. People put off, don't they? Protecting their family. They just put off the work. They don't want to put off protecting their families at all, but they just, I don't know, for some reason get caught up in a loop of, one day I might get around to it, but they don't get around to it. And like my father, who didn't get around to it and died, then left a family going backwards instead of forwards. And that's not a great place to be. It's a one-off job. It doesn't take long. It can be done in 30 days. So there's no reason to put it off. I also like the fact that, talk about sharpening your acumen. You remember there's a great book, isn't there? Stephen Covey, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And secret number 7, or I suppose attribute number 7 of those highly effective people, is sharpening the saw, which is constantly taking time out to get better yourself, to work on self. Don't wish things were better, wish you were better, is I think a Jim Rohn one, I think. I know you often like to quote Jim Rohn, but the whole point is sharpening your perspective, sharpening your tools comes from different perspectives, because you don't sharpen in one direction. You need to work on it from different directions, which is why having other people spot things, notice things, observe things, share things, really critical, so that you don't just kind of see wealth as an isolated activity, paddling your own canoe, if you like. Get on board, and work with other people who can make the journey much more interesting and exciting. So what do you want them to do, Chris?
Well, that leads nicely into the competition that we've set up. So, we'd love you to head to the website, as we've said, and make it really easy. So head to wealthbuilders.co.uk and just have a little look around. And what we want you to do is to find our 3 simple steps to get started. So it's very, very simple, should only take you a minute or 2. And if you're scrolling around, 3 simple steps to get started, then send us an email, put the subject line of competition and send an email to hello@wealthbuilders.co.uk. And we just want you to list out what those 3 simple steps to get started are in that email. So that will take you no longer than a minute or a couple of minutes. So just again, head to the website, wealthbuilders.co.uk, find our 3 simple steps, put those into an email, send it to hello@wealthbuilders.co.uk, subject line competition. And what you will win, well, we're actually going to offer three prizes here. So 3 winners will get a free WealthMap strategy call with myself. Now that includes a token to take the Wealth Dynamics assessment as well. And if you would like to ask your partner, invite a partner to join that call, then I will do that with the both of you. And what we'll do is we'll map out your wealth on one page like you've never seen it before. And this is something that we normally offer as part of the induction to the Wealth Builders Academy. And we sell this as an individual product. So this is priced at £295 plus VAT. So that's the value of this. But then we're chucking in or throwing in a massive bonus, which is 30 minutes with you, Kevin, one-to-one on a Zoom call to actually then debrief that wealth map so that you can get your CAT scan brain working hard to see if there's any opportunities to help people uncover some hidden wealth that perhaps they'd overlooked.
Well, that's that sharpening perspective again. And I think that usually works, doesn't it? I can't remember a situation where it hasn't worked. So, wow, 3 people. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
We don't really put a price on that because we don't advertise me, do we? Although there are, from time to time during the course of the year, I probably would work with maybe between 10 and 20 people as mentees, those who are probably, further advanced on their wealth building journey and they really want to accelerate. And I work with families. I don't work with an individual. I work with a family and try and create a family charter, a family wealth business, a family wealth structure to almost leave, like in America, Chris, they've got things called the family office, where in order to have a family office, you need billions because you've got a whole team of people kind of managing the wealth of the money and the trusts for the next generation, the generation beyond. You don't need to do that. You can start to create that. Once you get to a reasonable place, you got to security at least. You're possibly well on your way to independence, or maybe even broken through that. And ideally, you've got the time to be, thinking more about, well, how is that legacy? And there's a sort of different view that I take about, rather than leaving entitled children, leaving empowered children, and not what you leave them, but what you leave within them. So the whole idea is to bring the family in, up and down the generation in many cases. And I sort of act as a private FD to the family to try and then create a proper structure. So, anybody who thinks they might be open to that could drop an email, just use hello and put mentorship in the title. There's not many spots and we don't advertise it at all, ever. But there's one or two there. So I know some people resonate with me. Hey, maybe some people don't, and that's fine. But we get results for people, and that's the key thing. Yeah. And that leads me into WealthBuilders for families, Chris, because I know we've got a wait list for that, and we're definitely committed to doing that. It's what we'd love to hear from you is we're going to break down the course, the content into different age groups. And what we'd love to do is get a case study from you. We've got a number of case studies from our members already, but we want to widen it in different countries as well. So what are you doing that is embracing financial literacy, is bringing your children into the conversation with games, with experiences, with lessons and things that you're teaching? We'd love to hear more from people who are doing that, because probably what we'll do once we've written the course and the book that accompanies that, we'll create a series of case studies to inspire other parents. Because, look, if you're not teaching your kids about money, who is? Who is? And if you don't, social media will take over. Scams will take over. The banks and the insurance industry will take over when your children get to earning age. It's so critical that we keep money on the table to talk about and to engage with, rather than leave it to hope they absorb something. Because most of us learn bad lessons from their parents, and the world's changing too fast to allow that to happen. So I'm very passionate about this subject, and hopefully it will be a program that will really inspire and energize so many parents, because the schools won't teach it. You have to do that, because, like, hey, I've just talked about my second granddaughter or grandchild. You're a parent for life, aren't you, really? So whether your child's 4 or 34, you're still a parent. So we want to bring in age-appropriate lessons to all of those, really, even right up to the late 20s, early 30s, because most people really start planning their wealth, I'd say probably from about 35, something like that, although the age is getting a bit longer each time. The average age of first-time buyers is getting pushed back, and student debt is having an impact on that, £50,000 on average now. So I think we'll be creating content whether your child's 5 or 35, really. So there's a lot of work for us to do, and we'd love some examples and case studies to inspire other parents from you. So same thing, I guess. hello@wealthbuilders.co.uk/case study. Or just
I'm not sure about that one. I'll tell you what, there's an even easier method for people to get in touch with us for families. And we've actually created a form on the website. So when you go to the WealthBuilders website, you'll see programs in the menu, and then on the drop down, you'll see the families program, and we've got a waiting list there. So really easy. Just put your name, your email address, and any comments. If you would like to leave a case study, or you've got something you want to share with us, pop your details in, and then we will make sure you are included in all of these movements.
Sorry to mess up the
as
link.
we build the program.
I'll concentrate on what I do and sometimes get the tech bit wrong, but there you go.
All right, that's fantastic. So once again, just a quick reminder, if you would like to win the WealthMap strategy call with myself and then a bonus 30-minute debrief with Kevin, then all you need to do is head to the website, look for the 3 simple steps and put those in an email to hello@wealthbuilders.co.uk, subject line competition, and good luck with that. And hey, if everyone else, just feel free to book in a discovery call. It's very clear on the website, lots and lots of buttons to book a call. And, it's just an opportunity for you to tell us which areas you're looking for help with, whether it's understanding your current pensions better, whether it's finding out if a SSAS pension is a good fit for you, or you'd like to know about working with our team of wealth coaches to help you build multiple streams of recurring income. Or, as Kevin mentioned, if you're interested in perhaps a one-to-one mentorship relationship with Kevin directly, then just book a discovery call and we can talk about all of that with you.
Wherever level you are in your wealth, we don't judge that. We know it's a journey, and some people are behind, some people are ahead, and we have this imagination, don't we, Chris? And we use it a lot. There's a picture on our webinars, almost like you're crossing a bridge, you're crossing a Rubicon from being financially dependent to financially independent. And in order to do that, you're following a step-by-step process that's tried, tested, proven, and followed. And if you imagine that, and you're on that journey and you're crossing the bridge, you've got one hand extended ahead of you to seek and have the humility to ask for help. But you've got a hand extended behind you to offer help to somebody who has not quite reached there yet. And that's the way we approach it. So wherever you are on your journey, if we can signpost an action to take, a connection to make, somebody in our community, somebody else, we're happy to just do our best. And we'll you look at our Trustpilot reviews, everybody talks about the power of our integrity in our community, and we won't waver from that. Yes, it's a business, and yes, we want to continue the mission, and without some kind of profit margin in there, you can't keep the mission going. But we're not all about profit under any circumstances. So that's why we just encourage you. And by the way, if you take that 1 minute or 2 minutes to go to the website and you like the podcast and you're enjoying the contribution we're making, then do a review for us, please. We would really value that. I know most people don't do that. Most people don't take the time. They kind of take things for granted. But if you would do that for us, I think we're pushing 200 episodes now. Most people have gradually built that up over the years we've been doing it, Chris. So if you're enjoying it, tell somebody else or tell us, or ideally do both.
A good call to action to leave us on today there, Kevin. Well, look, thanks for listening. As always, we really appreciate your ears. And Kevin, we'll be back same time, same place next week.
We will indeed. Until then, my friend, see ya.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget that we are constantly updating our resources inside the Wealth Builders membership site to help you create, build, and protect your wealth. Head over to wealthbuilders.co.uk/membership right now for free access. That's wealthbuilders.co.uk/membership.